This here is technically a pelargonium, but everybody calls it a geranium. So I just want to make sure that everybody can relate to this plant. This is a zonal geranium. This plant is a plant that a lot of people like to propagate, especially if you're in a cold climate, because it won't do well out in your patio through the winter. So you want to bring it in and you want to take cuttings to make new plants. And there's also the ivy geranium. Take a look at those beautiful flowers. Look at that. And you can see why it's called ivy geranium. The leaves, very, very nice. We're going to go over propagating this as well. Now let's take a cutting together. Feel free just to browse around your plant as I am doing now. And again, we're going to look for something maybe 5 inches if we can. And so I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how to cut it. I found a beautiful little cutting here. Look at this. This was in here. I cut it below a node because I want this node at an angle. So we want to go for about a 5-inch cutting. We want to get as many nodes in as possible. Here's a node. We've got another node here. A node here. So it's got at least 3 nodes along the length. But one of the things you should know about this is that the nodes can do just about anything. They're like magical nodes. They can either create roots for a plant or they can create stems and leaves. So leaves and stems, they emanate from the nodes right here. So since we're going to use this as our cutting, I said we need at least 2 nodes that are going to be under the soil. I'm going to remove the leaves. Why? Because we don't want to bury leaves. We're going to cause rotting. We want to open this up. And here I have a pot filled with perlite and a little peat moss. Needs to have really good drainage. One of the things that will cause your cutting or your geraniums in general to die is the fact that they're going to rot if they're sitting in water, and even more so for a cutting. So we're going to remove this, and then I have a chopstick, not too fancy here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a hole. What I have here is a little rooting hormone. What's that? Well, rooting hormone is plants like us have hormones that help it to grow, that regulate their growth patterns. And so now that we've made a cut here, we're going to help this little geranium to concentrate rooting hormones, natural and otherwise, where we need it to be. Now, the one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to cake it all the way. Give it a little tap, get rid of the extra. And then with my bamboo stick, we're going to make a hole and we're going to bury this because we want this node and this node. Can you see it? Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to get that underground. Look at that. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, so we got our first cutting, right? Then I mentioned where we're going to propagate an ivy geranium. It's pretty much the same thing. It does look a little bit different because you'll find that the stems are a lot softer looking. They're not as woody. And so the same thing, we're looking for nodes. And one of the things is if you don't remember what a node is, just look for leaves. If you see leaves, they grow from a node. So I have one here. It's got lots of little leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to remove the leaves because those are easy to do, just like this. We want a little bit of rooting hormone. Again, tap, tap, tap. Let's make a hole. Let's dig it down, at least 2 nodes underground, like, you know, this is really the ground. Okay, now this one, I am not going to put a dome over this. Geraniums do not like to rot. They don't like the humidity. Now they like a little water to pass through, but that's it. So this is just semi-humid. We're going to put it down and let it start to root. I want to be your concierge to everything that's great under the sun, and allow me to earn that following from you. Okay, guys? Put me to work. And please come visit me on Eden Makers by Shirley Bobsch. We answer everything in English and Español, también para los que hablan español. Okay?